RWBY Chibi episode 6. Now, first off, I want to apologize for this being super late, but E3 was last week and I did like 16 E3 videos this week, so that's why I'm so far behind now. But I just watched this one. I just it's on my playing on my phone right now, but this was actually really funny. I really like this one. I like pretty much every skit. I really enjoyed in this one. The first one was really funny because at first I was like, is it just that Weiss dances as she vacuums? But then we have Zwei come out because of course dogs are afraid of vacuums, and then we have Blake come out and they have a bonding moment compared to the other skits, and they bond over cats and dogs being afraid of the vacuum. So I actually really liked that one. That was pretty funny. They have I don't know why they decided to do this with RWBY in this episode, like the weird, like 3 skits in a row. It was like a lot of weird cape stuff with her, but I really loved it. And the first one, I'm pretty sure that was just a reference to Mario, because they're like, oh, I really like Professor Peach. It's like, yeah, but she's not around very often. I'm assuming that was a reference to Mario and her always being kidnapped. So I like that. I thought that was pretty cool. And them doing, it's kind of taken on a name of its own, but kind of the Matrix thing when RWBY jumps off and she's like, not like this. That's from the Matrix. That's why everybody says that so much. It's like, not like this, not like this. So I thought that was really funny. And then we got quite a bit of Jean in this one, which I thought was pretty cool. And he's just walking with muddy feet in that random kitchen apartment that they're just in for whatever reason, the Chibi version. And he just walks over RWBY's cape, just mud, or not cape, but cloak, technically, I guess. But he just walks past it, and it was like, that's just kind of funny. And we got more of, they didn't really do, I would have loved if they did it again, but we kind of got a little bit of the Blake and RWBY thing with the book and stuff, with the the filth and all that stuff. But I like that, and she kind of Indiana Joneses the books. And then as soon as RWBY's like, hey, can I get that book? And she also had a giant cookie, so I think it was really meant to be like, hey, the first episode. And as soon as she asks her for it, she just like freezes and just falls over. It's like, that's, it just looked really funny to me. But I really enjoyed those. I thought they were funny. And of course, the ending where like when they have it, where Piri comes in, was just really great. Like the way they did it, and it's like, oh hey, look who I found. And the way they've been doing the Chibi thing, it's like, I brought this up several times, like, is it considered canon? Is it not canon? How are they going to kind of play with this? Is it just in between, the seasons and stuff like that? Like, how is it all playing out? But they kind of fourth-walled it on this one, where it's like, this could have easily just been like, oh, it's Team Juniper, and that's, that's it. And we got everybody all at once, too, which I thought was cool, because I thought they kind of just show, like, one extra person, because I mentioned in the last episode we had voiceover a little for like a quick second from Nora, so it's like, okay, cool, we might get to see her at least in this episode. But it was just like, here's everybody else, so we got Nora and Ren and Pyrrha. So first off, I just love getting to actually see them, because I mentioned this last time, I don't look up how the Chibi versions of the characters are going to look, because I just wanted to wait and kind of be surprised, even though I could kind of guess because it's a Chibi version. But I thought that was cool. I like the way they did it, and it's just like, as soon as she walks in, all of Team RWBY is just like freaked out, like, how are you even here? But it was funny because, of course, if you saw the finale, there are like a million other things that happened, and it's like the whole team is like totally separated. Obviously, the stuff with Yang and everything, but there's like no questioning why they're at school or any of that stuff. But it's like, we totally recognize that she died, but we don't recognize that we like totally broke up as a team and all this other stuff, and it was kind of funny in itself. But I just loved the way they played that. They were all freaked out, like, how are you even here? And it's like, Pyrrha's just like, what are you guys talking about? Like, I go to school here, you see me all the time. And then Nora is just like, nothing happened, nothing happened ever. And she looks straight at the camera like, ever, nothing, there is no bad. That's just us. It's just RWBY. And then, of course, they just have Ren like, you guys just want to keep making comedy skits. Like, it was just full on. It wasn't even fourth wall breaking at that point. It was just like, so, we're totally different show, but kind of the same show? Yep. Okay. End of the episode. So I like the way that they did that one. I thought it was pretty funny. Of course, I love the comments. Just read. I was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, I have to read the comments on this. So I like the comments, and people are like, it's awesome to see it, but then it's like, also at the same time, it's still a little sad. So it is kind of a funny mixed bag about it, but I like the way they kind of played that one, where you know, this could have easily just been they're just hanging out, but they totally did the fourth wall thing, like with the shadows and stuff. Just it's got the comedy in it, but then it's like, oh, but realistically, it's kind of gone. So funny, but you know, bittersweet type of funny. But I enjoyed this episode. Definitely looking forward to seeing the next one since I'm so far behind. 7 is already out on YouTube, so I can watch that one next too. But definitely want to know what you guys thought about this one. So please comment below. Let me know your favorite skits, your least favorite skits in this one. I would love to know because of this one how they had some of the little references, like the if I was right about it, the Mario Peach thing, and them kind of using the sort of major. It's basically a meme at this point because everybody kind of says that. But I would love to know what like pop culture references would you guys like to see. Like, of course they have their own Rooster Teeth stuff because they still had the post in the background. They had Camp in this one as well. So I would love to know whether it's Rooster Teeth or just in general pop culture. What references would you guys like to see done in some of the Chibi episodes? Because there are a million things. I mean, they can do memes and all sorts of crazy stuff if they wanted to. I would love to see them do, because it's a different style, I'd like to see them do like some video game stuff in that, just because I think it would be cool to see like Chibi versions of other characters. And I kind of mentioned that before with like what Rooster Teeth characters would you guys like to see. I think I mentioned that because I remember talking about Red versus Blue at some point somewhere. Like, it would be cool to kind of see what they would do with that with the Chibi version. But it would be cool to see that if they just throw in like some video game characters or just famous people, just anything random. I think they'll look cool in Chibi form. But there are memes, so there are like a billion different things that they could put in there. But I would love to know some of your favorites. For me personally, I would just like to see like any video game character, because I just love video games. So it's like any video games or any anime characters, I would love to see. If they did another costume party and they did all the characters, if we got both Ruby and Juniper as different anime characters, that I would love. I think that would be really cool to see, because it would just be awesome. I mean, that would just be a really cool thing. It's like, oh, let's just have fun with it for like a couple of seconds. We get to see them as all these different, famous anime characters. So I would love to see that personally myself, video games or anime. But we'd love to know which ones you guys would like to see, and like I said, what you guys thought about this episode in general. So please comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.